here's my big question. Like, here's the big question of the podcast. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Do you think it's a bad idea for people who have very prominent online personas who make their living online to date other people doing the same thing?
Oh, is this the big topic?
That's my big question. I want to know that. I don't have an answer to it. I want to hear what both of you two think about that concept.
Would you like to go first?
I
Matthew?
can. It's something that I've talked
about
a lot privately, and it has come up. Not with me personally, but I've dated people who have dated very prominent people and worked with them and worked in the industries that they're in, things like that. And
Right.
just had long conversations about the merits and the problems with that. And so, for example, it's not uncommon at all for an actor to date a stylist or makeup artist or somebody, a hairstylist, who's in the same kind of sphere, understands how it works, understands the demands of it, is around all the time too. It makes a lot of sense, and it's a very complimentary thing. That's not the same though as like a high profile actor and actress dating each other, and they're always in different places and working on different projects and stuff. So I think there are a couple different scenarios on it, but when we, in the conversations that I had, the consensus has kind of been, it depends on the two people and whether they're okay with things like distance, things like really busy, heavy schedules getting in the way, things like one person being popular at a time and another not being popular, being in a supporting role, which is a weird thing. When I've been in this situation, I've been obviously in the supporting role because I'm, if there's like a D- list of online media, that's what I'm on. So some people who are used to being, the A-list person, it's tough for them to, do the supporting thing at times. So all these dynamics just depend on the people who they're fitting with. And I think sometimes it's a very, very good fit. There are examples of Hollywood couples that are legendary and truly, sincerely happy. And, then there's Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
So your original question, Kevin, was, do you think it's okay for people to, like, creators to date other creators or public figures date other public figures and like how that affects everything, right?
Yeah, essentially. And do you, and then you could take it a step further and consider whether you would do it again in the future. Date somebody who is high profile, like, what are your thoughts on that?
I would say, I agree with Matthew on that. It really depends on the people, but I don't think it's healthy to make it a very public thing. I don't think it's healthy to make the attention and public opinion on your relationship part of your relationship in the first place. I think it can lead to a lot of strife in your relationships. I would say I personally would never date another public figure again unless it's completely private and no one knows until I'm like married. because you can't have even the possibility of someone taking advantage of you or having an uneven dynamic in the relationship and in public. And then there's so many different combinations of problems that could come as a result of that being a public issue. And it's hard enough to keep a relationship together when it's just you two, So I personally would say, no, I would never do it again, especially not in front of everyone. It's very entertaining. I think there's a lot of rewards and merits for, as far as a public figure goes, to have a relationship like that. It feels good to see everyone out there validating your relationship with someone. But at the same time, that becomes a very toxic relationship with the public opinion of what should be a one-on-one relationship.
Yeah, I've known some creators who have dated other creators, and
would you like to name them, Kevin?
No, I would not.
We should make a
But
leaks tier where for a certain price you just find out all of the things we know.
Dude, you would make a lot of money.
The dirt-
I'd pay for that.
the dirt tier. dirt squad.
Dirt Squad.
And he mentioned, you mentioned that there are like different dynamics at play that could cause problems. I have an example of that. Somebody that I knew who was dating another influencer, and there would be things such as, "Hey, why aren't you promoting me more?" Right? You love me, don't you? Why aren't you helping me get more subscribers? Which seems like a really unfair thing to do to the person that you're dating. But at the same time, I also get it, because you feel like, hey, if you love me, why aren't you trying to help me? But you are mixing these two things in a way that I guess is probably great for certain influencers, because I could see plenty of people who are like combining. There's like a multiplier effect where they're sharing audiences and, what are we going to do next together? And, oh, I'm Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. And anytime we go out to dinner, it's an event, that sort of thing. But is that the healthiest thing? What do you guys think about that?
No. Definitely not.
Is it bad that as you're describing that, I'm thinking of a thumbnail for a highlight that's Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis kissing, and we put both of your faces on instead? That's going to be a good thumbnail.
What?
That thought lulls me to sleep each night.
What? To answer your question, Kevin, I do not think it's healthy at all. I think it's, again, you suddenly are making an echo chamber of people that get a glimpse of your relationship, but don't know everything. And then it creates sudden expectations for your significant other or for you in the relationship that are completely biased or uninformed or any of that, and it just makes everything 100 times more difficult. And relationship problems, I mean, relationship problems are difficult, but you're adding on so many more. It's just such a mess. My take here is no.